Hi everyone, this is our lesson 4 on our units on functions and their graphs, and this lesson is going to be about critical points and extrema. These are two words that when you get to calculus you're going to hear quite often. It's a big topic in calculus, and what we're doing today is kind of just the basic vocabulary of it and a basic introduction to what this means. Alright, let's look at critical points first. So critical points are points where the graph changes its direction or shape. So, for example, if we look over here at our diagram, we see that our graph goes up, 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 and then we have a point here that it changes directions. Instead of going up, I start going down. And because this point is a high point in the graph, it's not the highest point in the graph, because the graph does go up forever, eventually, but it is a high point, so it's considered a maximum. And then after we go up, we start moving down. We go down, 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 and then there's this point here. And you notice at this point, the graph continues to move down, but it changes its shape, right? You can see that that shape has changed. And we call that a point of inflection. A point of inflection, it's not a maximum, it's not a minimum, it's not a point where the graph changes direction, like from increasing to decreasing, but it is a point where the graph's shape changes. And then we go down, 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 and here's this point here. It's a low point. Notice it's not the lowest point on the graph because the graph does go down forever. But it is a point where the graph changes direction from going down to moving back up. All right, so that's what critical points are. These are points where the graph either changes its direction, as in the case of our maximum and our minimum, or where it changes shape, which is in the case of the point of inflection. All right, let's look at extrema. Extrema are points where the graph changes direction. The function has a minimum or maximum value, relative or absolute, at these points. So here, this point would be considered an extrema because it's a maximum point. In just a minute, we're going to look at what relative and absolute maximum or minimum means. This minimum is also considered an extrema because it's a point where the graph changes direction. Point of inflection is not extrema. Extremas are only maximums or minimums. And then finally, the point of inflection is where the graph changes its shape, but not its direction. So here we have our point of inflection. Okay, let's look at the different kinds of extrema. We could have relative extrema, or we could have absolute extrema. So let's look here at this first one. It says a point with the greatest value compared to the points around it, also called a local maximum. This is what we call a relative maximum. So if you look over here, we have our diagram here, our graph, and we consider this point a relative maximum. Notice it's not the highest point in the graph. This is the highest point in the graph. However, it is the highest point on the graph relative to the points that are around it. So compared to the other parts of the graph around it, it's the highest point. So it's a relative maximum because it's a maximum compared to the points around it. Now the next one, the point with the greatest value over the entire domain of the function. So remember, domain is just all the way from left to right, all of the values. So over the entire graph, the point with the greatest value is what we call the absolute maximum. So in this case, over here, this would be the absolute maximum, because notice there's no point on the graph that is higher than that point. So this graph here, it has a relative maximum and an absolute maximum. Relative maximum is a high point related to the points around it. The absolute maximum is the highest point in the graph. All right, similarly, a point with the least value compared to the points around it, also called a local minimum, this is called a relative minimum. So if we look over here at the graph, this is a relative minimum, not because it's the lowest point on the graph, because it's obviously not. However, compared to the points that are around it, that are close to it, it is a low point on the graph. So we call it a relative minimum. And then finally, the point with the least value over the entire domain of the function, so over an entire graph, the lowest point is what we call the absolute minimum. So here, this point here, we would call it the absolute minimum because it is the lowest point on the graph. There's nothing that's lower than that point. All right, let's look at some examples of this. So the directions say, give the coordinates and classify the extrema for the graph of each function. So extrema, we have our 4 options. We could have a relative maximum, an absolute maximum, a relative minimum, or an absolute minimum. So we're going to look at each graph and give the coordinates of these extrema points. So let's look at number 1. Number 1, we've got a function, we've got the graph of the function. So remember, extrema are points where the graph changes direction. So it looks like I'm going down, 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 and it looks like right here is a point where I change direction and I start moving back up. So this is going to be our extrema. Then we have to decide what kind of extrema is it. We have to classify it. Well, it looks like it's the lowest point on the graph. There's nothing lower than that. So we're going to call it an absolute minimum. And then, what are the coordinates of this point? So it looks like the x coordinates 1, 2, 3, 4. And the y coordinates -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. And that's it. Let's look at number 2. Number 2, we have a function and we have the graph of the function. So let's go from left to right, see what our graph is doing. Looks like I'm going up, 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 up. Here I have a point where I'm changing direction to going down. So I'm going to look at this point, and honestly, I'm not sure exactly where this point is. It doesn't look like it's exactly touching, but that's okay. If you wanted to graph this like on Desmos or something, then you could figure out like exactly what that point is. We're not going to do that for this video. We're just going to practice classifying. So this is the highest point in the entire graph. So this is going to be our absolute maximum. Okay, let's see what's next. Then our graph goes down, 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 down. Oh, there's another point here where we change direction. We're going down to up. So I have to think, is this is a low point. Is it the lowest point in the graph? Well, no, it's not, because the graph goes down to -infinity. So this point we're going to call a relative minimum. And again, I don't know exactly the coordinates of that point. It's not on an exact, like a whole number. And if you wanted to look on Desmos, you could do that. But for now, let's just say that's our relative minimum. All right, let's continue. Then I'm going to going up, up, up. And then I have this point where I'm changing direction. I'm going down. So this point, let's see, it looks like it's a maximum point, but it's a relative maximum because it's not the highest point on the graph. However, compared to the points around it, it is a high point. So it's just a relative maximum. All right, let's look at number 3. All right, we've got our function, we've got the graph of the function. Let's see what it's doing. So we start up here, go down, 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 down. All right, here's a point where we are changing direction from going down to going up. This point, let's see, it looks like it's a minimum value, but is it an absolute minimum? No, it's not, because eventually my graph continues going down to negative infinity, so it's just going to be a relative minimum. And this one looks like it's at about the point -3, -5, I think. All right, next, our graph is going up, 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 up. Then we have a point where we change direction to going down to decreasing. Again, this point is a maximum, but it's not an absolute maximum because our graph does go up to positive infinity. So this point is just going to be a relative maximum. And this point, I'm not really sure exactly where this point is. It's not on a whole number, but if you wanted to graph this on Desmos, you could figure that out. All right, finally, number 4. Let's see, we start down at negative infinity, we go up, 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 up. Here we have a point where we're changing direction. So this is not the highest point on the graph because we eventually go up to positive infinity, but in that case, we're going to call it a relative maximum. And I'm not sure again where this point is, because it doesn't look like it's exactly on a whole number. All right, now I'm going down, and it looks like I'm now at a point here where I'm not changing direction because I continue to move down. However, I am changing the shape of the graph. So this is what we call a point of inflection. And that looks like it's at the point 0, 3. All right, if we continue, I'm going down, and then I do here have a point where I change direction and go back up. Again, this is a minimum value, but it's not the minimum value on the graph because I do go down to negative infinity, so we're just going to call this one a relative minimum.